watching Final Score with Wes Moore on Fox 16.
Big tennis tournament already underway this weekend. It's out at Rebsamen, and the finals will be this Saturday. Joining us now to talk about it, Chip Stearns. He's the tournament director. This is a big... What is this tournament? Explain it to everybody and how big this really is.
Well, it's the Southern Championships for the 16-year-olds for boys and girls. The southern region for tennis is 9 states. It's pretty much all the southern states you could think of outside, except for Florida. And it's 320 of the best kids from what is the strongest region in the country, the South, coming to play here for their sectional championship. And
from here, is there something, you know, if they win this, that it gets them to something else?
The best kids, the top kids from this tournament move on to the nationals, which in the boys' case is in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and in the girls' case in San Diego. So they're moving on to big time from here.
So is it a pretty big honor, big deal that Little Rock, North Little Rock, Central Arkansas is hosting this?
It's actually been a labor of love to even get it here. Arkansas being on the far western end of the section, most of the population center of our section is in the east, especially in the Georgia, Atlanta region. So for us to be able to bid on and receive a tournament of this magnitude was a big deal, a big coup for not just our tennis center, but for the city as a whole, and really the whole state. I mean, think about how far people from Fayetteville have to travel everywhere, much less us. So to have everybody come to us instead of us have to travel all the way that way is a big deal.
And is it a big deal for younger tennis players, maybe not, you know, not the 16s that are, it makes it easier to travel, but those that are getting involved, or just an opportunity to have that here? Is it something you think will help build the game?
It already has helped tremendously. Ever since this is our 5th year to have it, and ever since then, you could actually see the numbers of the younger divisions increase. Now, I don't know how much that actually has to do with it, but for example, as this tournament moves along, the younger kids, they have their own little Southerns to play in different divisions, different states. Once they come back, almost all of our volunteers are the younger kids. And they love, you know, watching the tennis and helping and just being around the older kids gets them excited to see how good they could be.
How is our tennis in Arkansas with the kids?
Well, I mean, we've been successful lately. I mean, this particular tournament, we have some very highly seeded Arkansas players in both the boys and the girls. We have 4 girls seeded. We have 3 boys seeded, another 2 boys that barely missed being seeded. So we have an opportunity to win both.
Are there some names that people should know and look out for?
On the girls' side, the number 3 seed is a girl named Brooke Killingsworth. She's from Northwest Arkansas. So she has a legitimate chance to win it. And then there's the other girls seeded are Mary Houston, Yasmin Humbert, and there's one more I'm forgetting. The boys have Foster Rogers, who's here from Little Rock, and Jake Sweeney from Northwest Arkansas. They're both highly ranked and highly seeded. They both have a very legitimate chance to win, and as well as Hayden Shoemake, who's also from Northwest Arkansas.
You know, we've been talking all week about the Razorback baseball team and how it's a home field advantage playing at Bomb. Is there a home court advantage? Is it help these 16-year-olds playing closer to home? I
would say that it would certainly help the Little Rock kids the most because they're sleeping in their bed at night.
Yeah, that's nice.
And, you know, the kids from Jonesboro and everywhere else from Arkansas, they just don't have to travel as far. And plus, you know, the Arkansas kids, it's a community. So, you know, we have more kids playing here in Arkansas in our tournament than, say, the 18s, which in Mobile. So there's a little more sense of community. They're rooting for each other. They feel more comfortable on these courts at Rebsamen. They play at Rebsamen, you know, several times a year, so they're used to the courts. But most of all, they have more friends and family and other kind of teammates to root them on.
And this has got to be big for, you know, just the economy. You've got a lot of people coming into town.
It's a huge boost for the economic impact to the city. Actually, it creates about a $4 million economic impact to the city. So, and the city's been so helpful. You know, I mean, Rebsamen is Parks and Rec part of the city, and just everybody comes together to really make this thing hum. You know, all the hotels, you know, get in on the action, and you know, we try to fill the restaurants, and some people are here for 8 days. So imagine how much money each one of those families are spending when they're here.
All right, well then those watching right now that are interested, you got them excited about this. Free to come out, or what is it? What's the best way to watch this?
It's definitely free to come out. It's at Rebsman from now until the end of the tournament, which is on Saturday. We're actually at Burns Park Tennis Center as well. It's such a big tournament we can't do it all on our own. It's at Burns Park on Monday and Tuesday, and we also use Otter Creek for one day for tomorrow. So, and then once we get down into the the really big time quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, all at Rebsman. So please, everybody should definitely come out and watch. Get to see some really good tennis. We've had some major, highly world-ranked players play in the Southern 16s, and then Little Rock used to host the 18s a long time ago. We've had people like John Isner play, who's a top 10 player in the world, Donald Young, who's been top 30 in the world, both of them from the South, and those are just to name a few.
Do you see anybody that's got that kind of potential that will be playing here this weekend?
It's hard to say. You just never know. I just know that all of these kids work so hard. And the Southern, and I mentioned earlier, the Southern region is definitely the strongest region in the country. We actually have double the USTA membership of any other section in the country. Oh, wow. And a lot of that has to do with we have better weather and things of that nature. But all that does is makes us more competitive because we get to play against each other, and it's just so deep. In other regions, maybe 4 or 5 people could win it. I would say that we have up to 15 to 20 kids who could win, on either side, both boys and girls.
So we got the finals on Saturday. Would that put the semis on Friday?
The semifinals will be on Friday. They'll start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the finals will also be at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Awesome stuff. Finals start when? Saturday?
Saturday they start at 9 o'clock.
Chip, thank you, sir.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks for having me.
It's going to be a busy week for you.
That's right.
No slowing down now. I know how hard you've worked already.
Busy and hot. Hopefully everybody will drink a lot of water.
Chip, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We'll wrap it up when we come back. You are watching The Final Score with Wes Moore.